Are we recording? Why do I look like I'm about to rob a bank? Why do I look like I can be in Home Alone 1, 2, man, 3 wasn't that great. Sweetie, you just gonna have to deal with this because I'm just having a really bad hair day. I cannot be going on the internet, on these white people's internet on top of that, with my hair looking crusty and dusty, and maybe my face is looking crusty and dusty. That's why I try to put a little bit of makeup and effort on my face, even though I'm pretty sure this dark lipstick is not helping my case. But it's whatever. It's my channel. F it. YOLO. Anyways.
Yeah. I had a dream that I could be riding clean down the boulevard of Martin Luther King.
Hello world and those who inhabit it. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you to the new subscribers that I have. I appreciate the support. Thank you to my friends who were telling me they were proud of me and, you know, they're glad that I'm doing this. I really, honestly, I'm like so happy. I was riding on a high with my first video, even though it was 5 minutes. The devil didn't want me to finish recording the video because I was using my laptop. But now we're using my iPhone 7 that I'm paying all this money for, so might as well put it to good use. I feel like the quality's a little bit better, so hopefully I'm not looking weird. I know I've been gone for about a week. I didn't record last week like I wanted to. Got a couple of life issues, not that deep or serious, but I wasn't able to record last week. I also had to get some equipment for my phone so I can use it, you know, instead of using my hand. I just, you know, wanted to keep it on the professional level. So I had to buy some equipment and borrow some equipment. Shout out to Charlene. I think her YouTube is Charlene Raw, if y'all want to subscribe to her. She's going to do fashion lookbooks. She's helping me with the YouTube game. So shout out to her for giving me one of the parts of the equipment. The point, I couldn't record last week, so now I'm recording this week. And this is the only day that I can record this week because the rest of the week, believe it or not, I have a life. Well, I mean, 2 of those days I'm working, and then the weekend I have a couple birthday parties to go to. I figured I might as well record. It takes me forever to edit, which, side note, I mean, YouTube, I could understand people saying it's a job, you know, because when I was editing my first video, the frustration, I wanted to give up so bad because I was using iMovie. I had to basically teach myself to do a lot of things, look up stuff on the internet to help me with things. So I'm still learning. I'm still trying to get this YouTube video editing thing, you know, going. And I can't guarantee videos every week, but I will try to do them every week. I'm probably aiming for Wednesday because that's what my job seems to be giving me those days off. So I'm gonna try to record every Wednesday, if not every other Wednesday, trying to take this YouTube thing very seriously. So, you know, bear with me. I'm starting out. I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes, like I said in my first video, but it's mistakes I'm willing to learn from. So yeah. A lot of things in my spirit this week in regards to pop culture, because that's one of the things I wanted to base my YouTube channel on. First things first, we are going to talk about Amara La Negra. I hope I'm saying that right. She is this up-and-coming star, I guess, if you want to say. She's on Love and Hip Hop Miami. Shout out to Mona for coming down south because I live in Florida. But she's in Love and Hip Hop Miami. She's a singer. I kind of knew about Amara way before she did Love and Hip Hop because I remember I had seen her on Tumblr doing this dance thing. And I was like, who is this girl? She's a very, very pretty girl. So I was like, let me, you know, find out who she is. And I was like, okay, you know, she's a singer. I've heard a couple of her songs. But she's basically on Love and Hip Hop Miami, and her storylines is that I guess she's trying to break out into the American music because she's very popular in the Latin world, and she's trying to be very popular in the American world, you know, basically like crossover. She was meeting up with a director that I've never heard of, Young Hollywood. I want to say Yo Hollywood. Shout out to For It's Rocks because I don't even watch the show. I watch reviews. That's the only reason why I even know what's going on. She met up with this music producer, and the music producer was basically saying, like, you have potential, but your look is what's stopping you. You need to be more like Beyonce and less like Macy Gray. And of course, being in a very sensitive time in America, you can't just be saying dumb like that, you know? And so this producer, I think he's still getting a lot of flack about his comments, basically calling her a Nutella queen, because if you haven't figured it out, Amara is dark-skinned like me. I don't understand where the shock is coming from. I don't get why people are so surprised to see a dark-skinned Latina. Like, they don't exist. But it's a controversy on the internet because, you know, it's a colorism thing, and it's unfortunate that we still have that in 2018. And I think where Amara is coming from is she's saying that in the Latin community, people of her complexion, my complexion, aren't really accepted. And she's basically saying, like, you have the J-Los and the Shakiras and the Sofia Vergaras, but people like her, you know, you don't really see them as big. And that's true. I don't really see a lot of people of my complexion that so happen to be Latino or Latina be big in the Latin community. And she's basically saying that this issue needs to be addressed and we need to talk about it. She went to the Breakfast Club, and I really like the Breakfast Club, but sometimes I'd be side-eyeing, you know, a lot of their interviews. The whole time she was doing the interview, I was side-eyeing the Breakfast Club, specifically Charlamagne and DJ Envy, because I understand asking questions and trying to get an understanding of what she's talking about, because maybe they genuinely didn't know, but it was the way that they kind of came about. Like, even at one point, Charlamagne was like, oh, are you sure it's not all in your head? And it's like, why would you ask that? She's not making this shit up. It's not a storyline for Love and Hip Hop. And it's like, if it's something you really didn't understand, you know, Google is free. It rubbed me the wrong way that he would even say that, because it's like, why would you of all people always advocate for, you know, black love and black people and all this shit, but to, you know, to tell this girl that, to me, was just whack on Charlamagne's part. So, but he said he was confused throughout the whole interview. I don't understand where the confusion was coming from, because I immediately got it when she was saying that stuff. So he was saying he was confused and he just wanted to know more. And I mean, he doesn't care. He's Charlamagne. He's the prince of pissing people off. Is that what he says? I just feel like, you know, she's right. And I remember the next day I was reading a comment. I think this guy on Instagram, I used to like him, but then he was like telling the girl in his captions, I probably was completely cross-eyed, he was telling the girl in the caption, Amara, to drop it, like, just move on with the storyline. And I get it, because it is 4 episodes, like Forest Rock said, it is 4 episodes in, and it's like, I'm pretty sure Amara is coming on the show to kind of showcase, you know, that she's this musician and she's trying to cross over, but because of the issue with her complexion, it's kind of overshadowing her career, if you want to say, and people are just like, okay, we get what you're going through, show us the music. And I kind of wish that Love and Hip Hop would show the storyline about her complexion, but also show us her talent as well. I don't think that she should drop it. I think she should, like she said, she can't drop it. She has to have this discussion. And it's kind of like people, especially people, black people, who are saying, oh, it's so annoying, why does she keep talking about it, she needs to let it go, he apologized, da da da. People who say that crap, it's kind of like the same thing. Look at it from when white people be like, y'all need to drop this whole slavery conversation because it happened so long ago. And when white people tell y'all to drop it, y'all get so mad. But when someone within the community is saying there's an issue within the community, whether you're Latino, Asian, because there's black Asians, there's black German people, you know, there's black Europeans, there's black people everywhere in every continent, maybe except Antarctica, because I don't think black people like to be in the cold. Being a dark-skinned girl, I've dealt with issues in my personal life, not like directly to me, but people saying very ignorant comments about black women, especially dark-skinned black women as a whole, and grouping us together and making us feel like we are this type and we are that type. And it's still an issue today. You know, just because we have the Issa Raes and the Viola Davises and the Tiffany Haddishes and all these brown girls and dark-skinned girls you know, coming up in Hollywood and in the music world. And shout out to all of them for doing all of that. Just because we have all of that, that doesn't mean the issue has gone away. You know, just because Denzel, has he ever won an Oscar? I should have looked that up. Just because Denzel has been nominated, yeah, he's won an Oscar, you know, and done so many great things for the Black community in Hollywood. That doesn't mean that there isn't any racism in Hollywood. There's still issues in our community. We cannot drop them, you know. We can't just say, oh, she needs to drop it, she needs to ignore it. No, we can't ignore it. We need to discuss it. Make people who are ignorant and bigoted talk about it. Make them feel uncomfortable. Just like when with white people, you know, we're so quick to say, to make them feel uncomfortable when we discuss issues that we go through. You know, make the people within our community feel uncomfortable. You know, make them have those discussions. My point is, I'm not going to sit here and change people's opinion. You have your opinion about what you have your opinion on. But at the end of the day, you know, don't tell someone that is going through a struggle they need to let it go just because it's not happening to you. So, Amara, I know she just signed a multi-million-dollar music deal, so she seems like she's going up. Hopefully her music can eventually showcase through the show. I don't think maybe this season they're gonna do that. If she does happen to do season 2, hopefully they can focus more on her music instead of, you know, drama and shit, because it's kind of taking away from her. Good job on, you know, letting people feel uncomfortable and putting the discussion out there, and continue to put the discussion out there. You don't know me, you know, but I'm not like, I don't really know her music, but I am proud of what she's standing for. Not because I'm, you know, the same complexion as her, but just, you know, I always believe that we should live in a world where everyone should, at least, if you don't like the person, at least just, you know, leave them alone. Just do you and I'm gonna do me. You know, a world in equality, of course I would want that, but the chances of that happening are very, very low. But at least live in a world where everybody can just stop bothering each other. If you don't like something, fine. That's you not liking it. But just leave that person alone. You don't have to be bigoted and express your opinion about why you don't like this group and why you hate this. And speaking of hatred towards groups, this leads to my next conversation with Cardi B and Offset from Migos. Offset and Cardi B are together. In fact, last year, after I think a year of dating each other, they got engaged. You know what? I'm a big fan of Cardi B. You know, I'm going to make a separate video of why I'm excited for her, but I'm also very annoyed with Cardi B. You know, because Cardi B she's not the regular schmegular degular girl anymore, Cardi. You're not. You are this big superstar now. I would even say you're A-list. You know, she did the song Finesse with Bruno Mars, and she's about to perform at the Grammys, and she has Grammy nominations. So she's come very, very, very far. And I'm very, very proud of Cardi B. I like her personality. You know, people like to say, oh, she's loud, she's ratchet, she's this, that, she's... So, you know, you don't have to be the cookie cutter image to be successful in this world. Now, that same loud and ratchet in her mouth might end up getting her in trouble. Cardi wants to be with Offset, then Cardi be with Offset, even though he cheated on you. That's your relationship, you know? If you want to be with this nigga, fine, you know? I'm not going to say anything about, because I'm pretty sure a lot of those same women, including myself, you know, who've been with guys who ain't shit, never been shit, never will be shit, they mama ain't shit, they dad ain't shit, their whole family ain't shit, God ain't with them, the devil ain't with them, you know? I'm pretty sure we've all been with guys or still with men, you know, that clearly are dogs, and friends have told us, oh, you need to leave them, you need to, you know, get rid of that nigga, and we still go back to them. So who am I to tell Cardi she needs to do this, that, and the third? Offset recently got in trouble for saying that he does not F with queer. Obviously, we have homophobia in the hip-hop community. Migos, I'm not really shocked that they have something negative to say about the, you know, the LGBTQ community. I hope I'm saying this right. I ain't trying to offend no one. But they have said, you know, derogatory marks about them. So I'm not really shocked that he says he doesn't F with queers. But obviously we live in 2018 and people ain't gonna take that shit. So he got a lot of backlash for saying what he said, which he well deserved. In his mind, which blew my mind, he was basically saying like, oh, I didn't know queer meant gay. I thought queer meant lazy, you know, people. Come on now. We all know what queer means. We all know it's associated with gay people. And to me, it's just like, don't give this half-ass apology that you didn't know what this word meant, or it meant like this to you, you know, or come on, bro. You have, again, Google is free. There's no reason for you to not know shit anymore. We're not living in slavery times where if you learn how to read, white people are gonna beat your ass or cut your foot off. You have you have the sources to look something up and say, I'm a big celebrity now. I'm making tons of money and I have a whole bunch of followers and supporters, and there's certain things I shouldn't say. Maybe I should look up the word queer and make sure that I'm not offending anybody. You have all this money to spend on jewelry and drugs and whatever you want to spend, and you're entitled to spend the money you want to spend. But you cannot go on your phone, your $1,000 phone that I'm pretty sure you paid off, and look up something, my nigga. That's not what's irritating. Well, it is irritating to me, but that's not is the real reason why I'm discussing this story. Because again, Migos, they're hip-hop, they're trap niggas, they're young, they don't know any better. I'm not saying they have to like gay people, because they don't have to like gay people, but you are this big star. You can't just be saying shit and, you know, and not expecting people to get offended, because I'm pretty sure Migos have gay fans. So I don't understand why he's so, well, I didn't know queer meant this. Like, come on. So my biggest issue was with Cardi, because she went on Instagram and she was like, you know, has the right to defend her man. That's her man. I mean, I think a lot of people expect her to do that. And I'm just like, Cardi, shh. First of all, this has nothing to do with you. Yes, you're dating this nigga, but you did not have to go on Instagram and post anything. You could have kept that to yourself. You could have kept that. You had a conversation with Offset yourself. And this is my problem with Cardi. Yes, Cardi is big and successful, and I'm very proud of her. But Cardi, there's certain things you just need to keep to yourself. And I know some people say, well, it's her Instagram. She has a right to discuss what she needs to discuss. But again, Cardi B, and I'm going to keep saying it, you're not the regular schmegular degular girl from the Bronx. Cardi, you have gay supporters. You have people in the LGBT community that are big fans of yours. And I'm pretty sure they're investing money in you, girl. So for you to say, oh, well, Offset meant this and Offset meant that, it's like you're spitting in their faces. Now, I'm not gay, but I believe in equality for everybody. So to me, it's just like, Cardi, you need to be careful what you say, because just as quickly as you rose to fame, you can fall. So Cardi, you just need to, that same thing that is making you famous, which is your mouth, you need to learn to filter it, or learn to just, certain things you need to be quiet on, certain things you can speak on. Look at Beyonce. I know a lot of people like to say, why does everybody like to compare people to Beyonce? Beyonce is Beyonce, Cardi is Cardi. But again, it's y'all are celebrities. You have this platform now. You can't just be going around saying shit and thinking people are still going to support you. You have to be careful what you say. There's certain things you do not need to post on the internet. If you have an opinion about something, cool. Go with your friends and your sister and have that conversation. But I don't understand why you had to be like, well, I didn't know what queer meant too. Come on, Cardi. That gave me a side eye to Cardi, even though, like I said, I'm a big Cardi fan. I still follow her. I still want her to win. I still want her to be successful. But you should also be held accountable for the that comes out your mouth. But don't just sit there and just say whatever you want, because again, you have a lot of people supporting and wanting to invest their money in you. You don't want to lose that money, even though it should just be also be a morality thing. It should be a thing where, you know, maybe I shouldn't say these things because it's offensive, and I wouldn't like if somebody said something about me that I couldn't change. But obviously we don't have that mentality. It's all about money with these celebrities. So if we want to take it on a business route, let's take it on a business route. Don't say stuff that's going to hurt your brand, because that's how you get your shmoney. If you want to continue to be successful and continue to have money rolling in, you are not on the Bill Gates level. You are not making billions and billions of dollars. You are not that yet established in the industry yet. You just kind of came on the scene, girl. You're popping right now. You know, you're popular. But how many rappers have we known? I remember when I was younger, when I was in elementary school, there was so many big rappers. Where are they now? I mean, I wouldn't say you're legendary, but right now you're hot. You're popular. You're hot, you're popular, you're shapopping. You know, make sure you don't say stupid. If you want to continue on this trajectory, if you want to continue to be legendary, you gotta be careful what you say, especially 2018. It's unfortunate. People feel like, yes, we should say our opinion. What's wrong with stating our opinion? You also have to be careful what you post on the internet because you can't erase it. You never know where you're gonna be in life. I'm pretty sure, I mean, maybe later, like when she was in her 20s, she realized that, but I'm pretty sure as a kid, Cardi wasn't thinking about being this big celebrity, but you're a big celebrity now. You have this platform. If you represent something, you have to be careful what you say, because just as you're popular now, you could be unpopular tomorrow. I know Charlamagne kisses your ass like nobody's business, but he could be the same nigga to tear you down. He does that shit to Nicki all the time. So Cardi, I'm rooting for you. We're all rooting for you. I do like Migos. I mean, I guess I have to kind of like their music from a distance, you know. Offset, Migos, I mean, again, you do better. And just, let's just, as celebrities or big people, just do better. I'm gonna do a get to know me video pretty soon so that, you know, people can really see who I am. You know, show a nigga some love. You know, what else can I say? Share the video. I'm trying to think of things that YouTubers usually be saying, but share the video, subscribe, you know, let me know what I can work on more. How do you like my new camera? Well, it's not my camera again, it's my phone, but how do you like this versus the laptop? Thank you again for all those people that, well, it wasn't all, but the subscribers that I got. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate the support. I promise you the next video will be, I won't be looking as ratchet or looking like, you know, the Hamburglar. What do you think of this lipstick actually? I probably should ask that in the description box below. I just got it. It's from Colored Rain. And the color is Tootsie. I kind of like it. What do you think of it? But yes, thank you to all. Peace out. A-Town down.